Welcome to Yoga for Eating Disorders. I'm Jennifer Kriatsoulis, and so happy you're here joining me for this practice today. I'd like to make our practice an offering. In other words, let's make our movement on our mats today about giving to the world. I know that sounds so broad and big, and what does that mean? We find ourselves living in a really difficult time. So many challenges, so many people in pain, violence, a pandemic, people hurting, people dying. Sorry to be so grim here, but that's the reality. We're all feeling it. We're all living in it. We're all affected by it in different ways. And I think that taking the time to be on our mat and almost think of it as an offering of peace to the world. Right? We are improving ourselves every time we step on the mat. It may not feel like that, but just taking that choice to give to ourselves, it puts something in our being, right? It nourishes an energy of caring for oneself. Like I said, it might not always feel that way, but we're engaged in that process. And every time we step on our mat, we're making ourselves better, and that means we're making ourselves better for the world too. As we become kinder and we can model kindness, so too does that spread. So let's just let our movement be an offering of kindness and peace, prayer, if that word resonates with you, a devotion, whatever you want to call it, but it's an offering. Okay, so let's come to our mat. Let's just flow and breathe and just know that by simply showing up, we are contributing to making the world a better place. Showing up for ourselves counts. Okay, all right, let's get started. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. I have my block handy. I'm going to sit on a block because that's most comfortable for me, but I invite you to be in a comfortable position on your mat. So if that's on a block, if that's just directly on your mat, rolling up a blanket underneath of you, sitting on a chair, whatever it is that you prefer to be seated on, please do that. Take a moment and just smile. Smile to yourself. Know that being here, you're doing something positive for yourself, even if it doesn't always feel good. You're still contributing to the greater good by working on yourself. And our world needs so much good right now. Okay? So find your seats. Take a moment. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Gentle breath in. Gentle breath out. Two more like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once more, breathe in and breathe out. Gentle flowing with our arms now. As you breathe in, reach your arms up. Perhaps press your palms in prayer if that resonates with you. Exhale, let your arms fall down. It's flowing, breathe in and reach. Breathe out and lower. Take that through a few more times. Finding your rhythm, your breath. Noticing the sensations that you feel in your body. Just knowing, being kind to yourself by showing up, it counts for the greater good of our world. It is a contribution. So let's offer it up one more time. Flow into a side bend, lower one hand down, take the other one up and over. Pause here. You can play with this bottom hand if you want. You can walk it in, you can walk it out. Whatever you want to do here. Find your position that feels good to you, and then give yourself a good breath or two. And then take both arms up. Purposeful pause at the top. Lower your other hand down and take a reach over. Gentle. Give yourself a breath or two. Take both arms up. Purposeful pause. Bring your hands down in front of you. Take a moment and bring to mind Perhaps the word peace, perhaps the word calm, perhaps the word balance, whatever your word is that you need right now, go ahead and offer that to yourself. Place it in your hands, take a breath in, and then press it out into the world as you exhale. And inhale, reach up. Flowing into a twist now. Just split your arms in one direction. Let your hands land softly. Take a lift through your heart and a gentle rotation through your spine. Maybe your neck and your eyes follow. Take a breath in and a breath out. Flowing up, press the palms and let your twist fall in the other direction. Super gentle and kind. Take a lift and a gentle twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take both arms up. Bring them down in front of you, and staying in your seated position, just walk your hands forward a little bit. Press down into the floor to round your back. Give your back a nice stretch here. Few breaths. And then rise back up. Take your arms high, open to your twist again. Find your back hand and reach it back behind you. And then take your arm up and over, coming into this combination twist and side bends. Offering it up. Whatever's coming up for you right now, offer it up. Come back to the reality that right now in this moment you are showing up for yourself, and that contributes to the greater good. Come on up, both arms high. Take a breath in, a little back bend. Exhale, take a twist. Reach your back arm behind you and then flow it up and over, side bending. Rise up, take both arms up, press your palms. Lower them down in front of you. From here, we're going to transition to hands and knees, tabletop pose. So however you get there is fine with me. Doesn't have to be pretty, doesn't have to be graceful. It's all good. Right, so find your hands and knees in tabletop. Remember, you can always make fists with your hands if this is a lot of pressure on your wrists. Your knees are separated and underneath of you. Let's roll through some cat and cow poses. So as you breathe in, lift your eyes and your heart. And as you breathe out, round your back, tuck your chin. Inhale, lift your eyes and your heart. Exhale, round your back. Once more, breathe in, lift your eyes and your heart. Breathe out, round your back. Come to a neutral spine, and let's create a side bend in our tabletop here. So take your hands, a handprint or two over to the left, and then play with what you notice by where your eyes are. So gazing forward, notice how that feels. Gazing over your left shoulder, notice how that feels. Creates a little bit of a side bend, a little deeper side bend by shifting the eyes as that guides the upper body over a little bit more. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more here. Breathe in and breathe out. Walk your hands back to center, coming into your tabletop. And do the same thing on the other side. Walk your hands a handprint or two to the right. Notice how where your eyes go impacts the extent that you feel this pose. And once we look over our shoulder, we feel it most. Perhaps. At least that's how I feel it in my body. Check in with your body. Where do you feel this side bend? Where do your eyes need to be for you to feel this side bend? And then come back to your tabletop. Take a moment to rest back on your heels. You can have your knees together or apart, feet together or apart. Let's take a pause in child's pose. You can have your arms outstretched, stacked, or by your side. You choose what's best for you. And take a moment to pause, and let's return to this idea of our practice as an offering. Staying in child's pose, a few more breaths. You have the option to turn this into a little bit of a twist by extending your left arm and sliding your right arm under and resting down. And then doing the same thing on the other side. And then coming back to your child's pose. You have an option to come back to tabletop or tuck your toes and lift to downward facing dog or upside down V pose. Choose whichever one feels best for you today, and take any little movements that you like in either pose. So either from down dog or tabletop, what's going to happen is we're going to come to the back of our mat to standing. So however you get there, in down dog you can walk your hands back to your feet. However you get there is fine. We're going to rise up into chair pose. So with our knees bent, reach our arms up. Take a moment to be in this pose, take a breath, to offer up whatever's coming up around this challenge. Just offer it up. And then rise to your feet and all the way up on your tippy toes for palm tree. It's okay to wobble. And then lower all the way down. Take a step up with your right foot. And let's head up for warrior one pose. So you're going to walk your front foot forward. You're going to bend your knee to a degree that's comfortable. Step your left foot out to the left and turn it on an angle. Face your whole body forward to the top of your mat. And then let your arms rest down or reach them up. Good. And let's flow here. So as you breathe in, straighten your front leg, press your palms. As you breathe out, bend your front knee and bend your elbows. Just flowing like a prayer. Straighten your arms, straighten your front leg. Bend into your front knee, bend your elbows. Take that through 2 or 3 more times. Not rushing. Take your time. Be with each movement, with each breath, the best you can. And we'll meet with our hands pressing at the top, our front leg straight. Bring a little micro bend into your front knee. And you might even walk your back foot in a little bit. We're going to take a forward fold here. Coming into pyramid pose. You're going to reach forward and down. Rest your hands on your front leg, on the floor. This is a great one for blocks. Blocks on either side of the front foot are ideal, or one block like this. And you're welcome to keep your eyes up or drop your eyes down. Walk your hands up your leg until you bring yourself back up to standing. Reach both arms up, find a little back bend at the top, and lower your arms down. Bend into your front knee to just kind of begin to step yourself back, or however you get there is great. Take a pause in mountain. Step your left foot up and let's begin to build our warrior one pose. So now your left knee is going to bend. Your back foot, walk it over to the right a little bit. Bring it on an angle. Turn your whole body toward the front of your mat and reach your arms up. Take a pause. And then straighten your front leg, press your palms. Bend into your knee and bend your elbows. Again, press up and lower. Do this a few times, moving with your breath. Letting this be an offering of peace, offering of goodness to the world. By working on ourselves, we contribute to the world's good. And then let's pause at the top. Bring a little micro bend into your front knee, and then decide if you want to step your back foot in a little bit and begin to reach forward and down for your pyramid pose. Being really gentle with your hamstring, so bend your front knee as much as you need for this pose to work for you. There's no need to push through and be violent with our bodies. Walk your hands up your leg until you bring yourself to standing. And this time you're going to bring your back foot and bring it forward. Find your mountain pose and pause. And from here, let's open up nice and wide on our mat. So take your feet wide. Let's come into goddess pose. Turn your heels in, your toes out. Bend your knees just to that place that's comfortable for you. Doesn't have to be super deep. You can let your arms rest down. You can bring them to traditional goddess arms. You can also take them out or up. I let you choose. What would you like to do with your arms right now? And take a moment and rest your eyes on a single spot. Feel your feet. Feel your legs. They're holding you up. You've shown up for yourself. Be here now. Let's take a breath in together and a breath out. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Straighten your legs. Allow your arms to rest down and take a pause. Toe heel your feet together or step them in. Find your mountain pose. Let's find a peaceful tree pose today. So I'm going to begin by balancing on my left foot and making a kickstand with my right foot. I'm feeling called to rest my hands on my heart today. That's just where I am. But you're welcome to bring your hands in prayer, to reach them up or out, whatever works for you. Whatever position brings you into a sense of peacefulness. And if peacefulness is not what you're feeling right now, that's okay. That's okay. Be where you are. Know that showing up for yourself, it counts. It matters. It's the one way that we can contribute to the world's goodness, by doing our inner work. So take another moment to be in this tree. And then come back to mountain and pause. And let's do the other side. Taking your hands to the same position or expressing them in a different way, you choose. Find your tree. Take one more breath. And then lower your foot down. Bring your arms by your sides. Land in your mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms up, press your palms, and exhale, lower your arms down. One more time. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, lower your arms down. Returning to your mountain. Standing tall, standing like the mountain. Be the mountain here. Recognize the strength that's inside of you already and the strength that you're committed to continuing to connect with on your journey. Know that your strength strengthens others and strengthens our world. Keep showing up for yourself. Take a few more purposeful, mindful, intentional breaths in your mountain pose. For the purposes of our practice, we're going to end here. But I really invite you, if you're feeling called to continue to move, to stay on your mat, whether that's standing poses or coming back down to the floor, whatever you need to do to continue to show up for yourself in this moment. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I look forward to our next time together, and I wish you a good, safe, and kind day. Thank you.